100 rated chess, but you wanna get close? Your pieces and pawns can only move to squares that are adjacent to an enemy piece or pawn. Ha! As soon as I can get into my opponent's territory, this challenge becomes a walk in the park. Way too easy. We get a 100 rated guy from France. Okay, I initially wanted to start with the white pieces. This may not be going in the way that I expected. e4. Alright, now I have to make a move that touches his e-pawn, and there aren't that many options by the way. e5. Well, I mean, it's fine, as long as he doesn't move his queen out and let me have a slow game that I can slowly develop my pieces. This game is totally under my control. Okay, this is very problematic. His queen is attacking my e-pawn, but I cannot defend that pawn as none of these moves are touching any opponent's pieces or pawns, but I also cannot just let him take the pawn because this check is impossible to block due to the rules. My options are severely limited here, and after thinking for a while, g5 seems to be the least losing move. This game is going very wrong very quickly. Bishop c4. That officially threatens a scholar's checkmate. d5. I mean, he actually can still go queen takes f7, which forces me to end my own video as the capture doesn't touch any of my opponent's pieces or pawns, but I mean, who plays like that anyway? Right? Of course. That brought his pawn closer to my position and thus allows more room for my pieces to be developed. Bishop d6. Finally, I developed a piece. Knight f3. h6. Absolutely safe. Never mind. Okay, I can't take with the pawn because that hangs my rook, which is very dangerous, and if I take with queen he may decide to queen trade, which I cannot recapture as my h-pawn won't be touching anything with that move. This guy's destroying me with my own challenge. I can only defend the f-pawn. Well, I mean, it's fine, at least he can definitely see that he cannot take the f-pawn. I can't even take this knight due to the challenge. I actually don't even know what to do anymore. There isn't even a move that makes sense here. Knight e7. Just a random move to pass my turn. At least I know after knight d6 double check I can still go king d7 touching his knight and the video doesn't have to end. Bishop b5 check. You know what? Instead of blocking with the pawn like a normal person, I'll block with my knight. This guy has been playing like an absolute psychopath ever since the beginning of this game, and the only way I can beat a psychopath is that I have to become a psychopath myself. He didn't even take the knight. King d7 is kinda forced. Knight e8. What kind of normal person makes a move like knight to e8? Instead of him blundering his knight, it is me who has to move my queen that is under attack. And guess what? Queen f8 is literally the only safe square on the entire board. And his knight keeps on jumping. I have to counter-attack. a6. d takes c6. b takes c6. Alright, at least now I know he's gonna take my c-pawn as a desperado before taking my rook in the corner, which allows my knight to go to better square and I can also open up my queen. Or he can just take the rook in the corner because I cannot take his bishop due to the rules. Bishop b7. Okay, it's actually fine. Knight b6, king c7, knight c4, and then I can take his bishop as my pawn will be touching his knight. Or he can retreat to c7, which is a square that my king is obviously already guarding. I am out of moves. Random move, let's go. I am also very low on time, so just 2 moves later, I am officially out of time. In my defense, it is a lot harder than I expected. Finding the moves that can satisfy the challenge is already taking a lot of time. Mission is failed. Have a great day.